Knock, knock. Ooh. Hi, juicy people. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Ruby. You all also known by my friends, I guess, or by, I don't know. This channel is also Rubby Boot. I don't know what else to tell you. That's all really there is to say. In any case, today we're shifting gears a little bit and we are playing a brand new chapter of, well, technically the remainder of the previous chapter. We're playing Danganronpa. That's all. That's all you need to know, really. You don't need to know anything further than that. What you need to know is things are juicy, and they keep getting juicier. And we're gonna dive right in because I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Obviously, spoilers ahead if you know, for some godforsaken reason you decided to click on a thing that is, you know, that has the title Danganronpa and it isn't part 1. If you haven't seen anything else, what are you doing? You're still have plenty of time to scroll down and to click on that playlist and catch up. But if you've played this game before, if you're a fan, if you know what's going on, have no fear, because we're going right here. That was disgusting. In any case, so the previous trial resulted in us getting not even framed, us getting accused of being the ones who killed this mysterious 16th student that nobody knew of and whatever, which was allegedly a trap by the powers that be, by the evil bear himself, mayhaps. And they were trying to get our girl, but they, I guess, failed. And then at the last possible second, we were about to get executed. We got saved by our virtual friend, and we just ended up at this dump. Like, I don't know, we're here next to all of these like machines and like things and such as, and rubble and whatever. So this is a whole new part of this game that I was not expecting at all. Although we were kind of on a path to like escape, kind of, sort of. So this does add up. So let's see if and how we're gonna get out of here. And also hopefully help our friends escape too. So we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna turn out. Is that an airplane? Oh yeah, we also learned last stream that this whole experiment is being broadcast for everyone to see. So there's that. That could be a lie, but you know, in the world of the Hunger Games, they were watching teenagers kill each other. So, you know, it is possible. It is possible. In any case, how did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? So we are in a pit. We are in a bit of a pit, you see? What is this? Rubble. It's a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. I wonder how I didn't, like, die from the fall. Because this is a pretty tall... This is a pretty big fall. So I don't know how we survived that. That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Well, what else do you have to really think about? It's not like there's a lot of things that you can do here. Rattle, rattle, it's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. How could he sleep in the, like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of a garbage dump. There's no foreseeable way of me getting out of here. Let me take a nap. Huh? That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Actually, that does make some sense. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. Oh, girly. He's gonna be here for like 2 hours and think it's been like 7 days. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What did fall from the sky? Did someone fall from the sky? What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. Oh? As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd The garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did my friends send stuff through the garbage chute or something? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Oh! My friend is in the garbage bag. A giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It's
Ew, she has
awful.
not the cup noodles on her head. Please. This place smells awful. Kyoko? You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Oh. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again. Not to shake like a dog. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Aww. Food and water. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. You would think she would bring like a backpack worth of things, no? Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. And now what? Did you bring a key with you? Like what's going on? But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt? Or... no. To atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Oh, and I didn't. I didn't have to survive. No, that's fine. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
She's a detective, isn't she? Is that so I can do what I came to this school to do? What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. And what would that reason be?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once? Until recently. I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? I didn't remember that happened either. Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? I don't know, a concussion?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However...
And it could also mean that somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you just ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind? One of us? I swear if the mastermind is that dumbass dude, like that grown-ass dude, if she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. She's like, he's too dumb to do that. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand.
Maybe we're not an ordinary kid. Maybe we are the masterminds, and we've been plotting this whole time. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I'm going to turn up the audio just a little bit for y'all. It seems like it might be a bit quiet.
I should understand everything.
Huh?
My goal isn't to get out of here.
What is he talking about?
It's to stay here.
Huh? What the hell is he talking about? It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? That might be slightly loud. Hold on. Audio things on stream. That might be fine. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just... I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Okay, then what now? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot that I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I knew it. I just knew she was like too much of a detective. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, was it me? It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What the hell? Oh, what?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he knew or how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? I didn't remember any of this. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean, the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm it, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold some clues. So I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That's part of the school. I mean, it's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever is going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. Oh, what do you mean?
so
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Wait, so she does have a key, like a master key, right? Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. Are we like clones of our, like, is that why there's versions of ourselves that are like okay and happy and whatever?
however,
Of course, once I got to this is why, oh yeah, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed,
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
correct,
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the regulations?
that's right,
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
in other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. And what is that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What do you mean? I could have been the victim?
indeed,
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean, yeah, the masked individual in my room with a knife? During the night? I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What are you talking about? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct,
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct,
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
indeed,
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if it's true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. And I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, all right. And that is our real enemy. What am I supposed to do with this information, though? Are we gonna, like, sneak around the school now? I guess we still the same amount of surviving students, though, so that's nice, I guess. And we got a Dream Island rocket as a present, so that's fun. All right, chapter 5 is completed. The ultimate despair, a group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Kind of. They're still like an entity, so it's like, it's not like we have, you know, we know exactly who that would be. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so can we leave now? Do you have a key? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Yup. Kyoko, let's go. Can we use that key of yours, Kyoko, to open this door?
It's true.
Let's find out. What if she can't? Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... click! Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Wait, but where is this leading? Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Dum dum dum. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Oh God. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to that tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Okay, not the upskirt shot. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Okay.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So,
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being detective or a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh, but how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride? Oh, I'm beautiful in my way. Okay.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it is our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains why she's a raging lesbian. Pride. No, that's not what that said. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. But how did they find her? And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? That's like Makoto's signature line. Just, huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument. As young as I was, he left me behind. Oh, what a loser. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Makoto mindlessly defending a man, abandoning his children. We hate to see it. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Ooh! I take pride in my family name. So, every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? but it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really,
so
the way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that? Oh, Makoto, you know nothing about anything.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Okay.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood and not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear that, to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I farted on her face. I said nothing. Oh, the privileges of being straight and never having to think about, like, cutting off a family member. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where it will come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Ooh, we're back! Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Girl, now what? Now we're back here. What should we do now? Maybe I should talk with Kyoko. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right,
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it will be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... No, I'm super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay, I guess we're just back to the gym like nothing happened. Hey y'all. We're back. Are we gonna run into anybody along the way? I'm kind of curious to see if anyone will react to us being back. Will the game even let me go somewhere else?
Shall we go?
We need to go to the gym, to Monokuma. Okay, fine, I just wanted more food. Is that too much to ask? Jeez, you only gave me like a piece of bread and some water. Okay, divas, we're going to the gym. Something I quite literally never said in my life. Ding dong. Is the gym like Monokuma's spot? Or like, how does she know he's in there? I guess that's where he usually does his announcements.
Well now.
Hey, 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 hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance.
Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. And because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Oh, she gagged him.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to... Okay. Blah, blah. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd kill it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. So you're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that.
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Ooh, he's mad. Oh, she got his ass. Of course, you can just say we're making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Ooh! If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
That's what we have to
then I
do.
suggest you take my advice. Oh!
So, what is this advice of yours?
True.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Oh, that's fierce. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. But for the ratings, right? For the show or whatever.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little bit. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys?
If we do things your way, that will be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause your unbearable unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared. Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
Barely contain
Let's have one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So, for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries.
That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that will be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
Hey,
So does that mean that Monokuma is a student? Because the trial only happens when a student kills a student.
I just want to confirm that that is what you said, right? And it is a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why did he go quiet all of a sudden?
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad? He seems, emotionally unstable.
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment, overflowing with despair.
Hello, Makoto, the lucky student. How's it going? Hope you're having a good time. Welcome on in. We're experiencing chapter 6. So I hope you enjoy. Woo! Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Okay. So I'm starting to think that maybe somehow Monokuma is like controlled by another student or something, because that would mean that, because he said a trial only happens when a student kills another student, and then he said only the 16 students have stepped foot into the school, and Monokuma has stepped into the school, which would mean that Monokuma is a student. And that's what she was trying to confirm. So now we have to figure out basically who is Monokuma, essentially. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Where are the others? I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Well, she kind of owed us, right? But still, very kind of, sort of, I guess. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. And what would that moment be?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single rule of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer and then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got another chance, because you believed in me Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is fundamental, a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, she's right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it will cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? So that was a lot that just happened. I mean, how to even digest all of just what went down. So initially, this conversation led me to believe that perhaps one of the students was actually controlling Monokuma and was actually the one who killed that other girly, Mukuro, right? But now that we're telling everyone and now that we're like all working together, that chance seems to be lower. But at the same time, Kyoko did say something about like, I don't know if that's gonna be possible to work with everyone. So I wonder if she has the same suspicion as me of like thinking that a student is behind this, so they can't possibly help us, you know? Oh my god, so many of them are dead already. So Kyoko is still alive. Taka is dead. That's our door, so we're still alive. Mondo is dead. Byakuya is alive. Is he here? Knock knock.
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay, Byakuya's not here. Sayaka is very dead. Junko is dead. Toko is alive. Somehow. This is Toko's room. Is she inside? Knock, knock, knock. Okay, so she's not here. Chihiro is dead. Celeste is dead. Hina is not dead. She's not
hey,
here. Okay. Sakura's dead. Sad. Leon is dead. Yasuhiro, unfortunately, is alive. He's the most useless of them all.
hey,
Okay, so she said they were at the dorms, but they're not. Hifumi is also very dead. Okay, so they're not at the dorms. Maybe they're at the cafeteria or lunch room or whatever. Or maybe they're at the bathhouse because that doesn't have any cameras, right? And suddenly we were greeted with You again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the hell?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! It's everyone!
Makoto?
Yep, that's us.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Yep.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but
Oh
I'm not
my
a
God.
ghost, right?
Hero, give it up. There's no ghosts here. Everyone was there. All my friends who had well, friends is a bit of a stretch, but okay, sure. All of my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Not a wet dog. Ugh, get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Way to ruin the emotional moment, you guys. Damn.
Yo,
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the hell is Miss Cleo? Hey, Byakuya. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. She saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Yeah, it was certainly an experience. So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find any clues? Well, we have the keys from Miss Kyoko. I almost called her Kirijo. Persona 3. Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Rotten, physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. Oh no, ew. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. She's such a weirdo.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto stopped the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
You
say?
spotted the trap You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
However,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. Hey, Non-Triangle, hope you had a good day at work. Welcome on in. We're basically preparing for the final trial. So things are getting extremely juicy today on the stream. Hope you had a good day at work. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Yeah, I'm ready for this to be wild times. I'm excited for it too. It was all right. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad it was all right and not, you know, terrible or anything of the sort. Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the time the mastermind... Nope. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Oh no! Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all of the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? Because one of them could be working for the mastermind. I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. That only students have stepped foot into the school. A hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but enough puns. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to step foot into the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words,
Any guesses on who the mastermind is? I'm thinking, honestly, I'm leaning towards Hiro. He's like playing up this like useless guy. He's like playing up the dumb thing, the ghost thing. I feel like he's like the comedic relief. So I feel like that would be, I feel like the quote-unquote obvious choice would have been Toko, because she's the killer already and whatever. But I feel like they would have us think that it's either Byakuya or Kyoko or even Makoto. So I think logically it has to be either Hina or Hiro. I think, yeah, it has to be one of them, because they've been the useless ones, quote unquote. And the fact that they've been here the whole time, like, I don't know. It just feels like it has always worked out for them. So maybe I can imagine either of them being the mastermind. That's my guess for now, but we'll see. According to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who've been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us, all in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro, and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. John Danganronpa. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us? I'm kind of convinced it's him right now.
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait. We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all of that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was on an autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all these back and forths with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Oh? Oh, is it like nighttime? Do we have to go to bed or something? Or like the... Yeah.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but
Monokuma uses ChatGPT. In 2012, he was using ChatGPT.
at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Oh.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
All right.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Okay.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
All right. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. Stop calling me that. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. I do think there's a chance that it could be Toko, because they said, like, I feel like they dropped a little hint when they were like, whoa, Monokuma is like very emotional right now. His emotions are so extreme. So it could be Toko, but I don't know. I feel like that would have been too obvious, right? We'll see. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. Great, the worst group project ever created.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Okay. I feel like it's Hiro. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that will help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. I wonder if one of them is gonna try to like sabotage the search. Like there has to. Like somebody who like left early on the dining hall, they must have like ran to like hide stuff or something, because they don't want their own identity to be revealed, right? Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Is she gonna work with me? What if she's the mastermind? I don't know. You know, that wouldn't make any sense, but... So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigations doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's
so
right.
then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go to before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone. Oh shit. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I do feel like there is a pretty big chance that it's one of us. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Alright, let me read what you were saying in the chat. An idea you had for your fan game that subtly shows the protagonist's ultimate luck is catching the killer right before they're about to remove some evidence. Ooh, that's fun. They're always at the lucky place, the right place at the right time. That's cute. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but those were at least several days old. Once we found out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Alright, time to get started! Oh boy. Okay, we have a lot to do. Places to check has been added to the Truth Bullets section of our handbook. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna take a short, very brief break because it's our halfway, it's our halfway point of the stream. So this is a perfect opportunity to stretch, to go walk around, fill up my water, step away from my devices for a second. So I suggest you do the same, and we'll meet one another. We reunite after a very short break. So I'll see you very shortly. Knock, knock. I'm back. Oh my god, just like in the game, I've returned. Except y'all didn't think I died, so that's fun. Alright, welcome back. Also, hello Ashton the Canadian Fox. Hope you're having a good Sunday here with our Danganronpa stream. Welcome to the final, the last trial. It's do or die, quite literally. And we have a bunch of areas to check out, a bunch of new stuff that just unlocked. So, let's begin. We've got this area that was previously locked. The gate is open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Thank you. We'll see which one of them will turn out to be true. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. I mean, Kyoko did say something about like a disturbing truth or something of the sort. So what's going on? What's going on here? So these rooms are all like blowed open. Oh, there is. This one is still intact. Well, you know, as intact as, you know, I guess intact is not the word. What? Oh, what is that? The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. No, but there's like a bunch of like papers and stuff. Can we not look at the papers? I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Can I not? Oh, can I open that other door on that other side? Can I not check the things on? Okay, so I guess he's just completely disregarding all the papers on the bed. Okay. So this is the only door that... So this is the only room that is available on this side. And that's... what, a bathroom? Yeah, that's just a bathroom. Can we enter it? Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Girl, we're investigating. It's not like we're peeping on anybody. Okay, fine. I love that they modeled a bunch of bathrooms with like no use to them for the most part. There was that one secret passage in that one bathroom, but there's like nothing in all of the others. Okay, so that was completely useless. An eye. It's a giraffe. Painted in, I think, blood. Coming out of a locker. A giraffe? What is a giraffe doing here? Oh, this is like a locker room. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. The graph. There's a metal plate mounted on the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. But there's like a pin pad thing. I can't... Oh, all of the lockers have it. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open, so I'm not even gonna bother trying. That one seems to be intact. I wonder if I can open this one. Rattle, rattle. Nope. Locked. There's a... Oh, it's a card reader installed on the door. But that must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... Oh, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Unless one of us can, and they're the mastermind. That happened last stream, Ashton. So I did call out her lie and got like the bad ending. I did in fact get the bad ending last stream. I did. That did I was shocked. For a second, I was like, there is no way this is what's happening right now. But then, you know, at the end of the bad ending, they let you redo it. And I was so scared. I was so scared. So I saw both the bad ending and then the regular ending. I guess there was a third option, which was to like run away, I think. But I didn't try that one. So yeah, we can't... Seems like we can't open these. I guess we can try... We can try to see if our e-handbook will open it. No luck. I'm gonna keep trying. Metal plate mounted to the locker. No way to get it open. These ones are also broken. These ones I wonder if I can open. I wonder if one of these will open. Probably not though, right? Locked, there's a card reader. Nope. Okay, is there anything on that locker? That one is open. I was looking at the one that's opened. Yeah, he didn't need to say all of this stuff. It's not like he has a bunch of time either. I guess we're not acknowledging the opened locker there. That clearly has like something in it. Girl. Okay. Talking is a free action. Nope. No luck. These ones are not gonna work either. I wonder why these are bolted. Yeah, okay. So there is nothing in here. Okay, I tried everything here. Nothing but a giraffe on the door. There's like blood everywhere. There's an eye. This is a really creepy location. This is kind of giving... This is kind of giving Silent Hill a little bit. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Oh, Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? What is it? Can I talk to her? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Monokuma for Smash 6. Oh my god. Wait, that's clearly like a secret door. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? No, it's a secret door. You idiot.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. An open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. How? How? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. Which is just like kicking it or something. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
True.
I looked through all of his paperwork, all the files on the PC, and everything I can think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... No, it wasn't a waste of time. You were like researching. Can we look into it? There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Can we not interact with it? Whoever used this last looks like they were very invested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However...
There's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of a group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened a year ago. They are the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
That's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Oh! But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. Did she try that already? I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as a password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind it if I try just to be sure? I feel like she already tried, no? It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. I will. Don't mind if I do then. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in, it opened. Oh shit! What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! Oh. Ooh.
Why?
Why? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Oh? There's a present? Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. So are you like opening that, or can I open it? I love opening presents. She was right, it was unusual and she couldn't stop looking at it. No, not just looking, glaring. Oh, there's a framed photo. Okay, fine, I'll check the present. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Oh god. What is it? Are you saying it's something that will make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Oh, I'm scared now. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and then took hold of the lid. If it's a fucking spider. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... What is it? Oh god. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Oh? Is it his remains? What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Oh, he's dead. What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones! Just as you thought, how could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. That's her dad you're talking about, dude. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Makoto is so dumb. How could he not put two and two together? Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
It's a very polarizing approach. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the beginning or the killing game began are those 16 students. Which would mean that he was not going to be here or he was dead the whole time. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. She's not smiling. She's like neutral. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Oh, the bones! Great. Can we look at that? Huh? This picture. Oh, it's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Oh. Oh, she's mad.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all the time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Damn, that's really sad. That's actually really, really sad. The filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look, but I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. We find all of his butt plugs. Ew. Anyways. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy, but instead, he left it all behind.
No.
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. You could say he was the ultimate despair. Is that a hatch? He had them in when he died. Oh god. What is that?
the headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you'd like. Are you sure?
because-
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... It's gonna open a locker. What is it? Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster. Yeah, we know. You don't need to tell us this.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. That's pretty creepy. A thing that opens any locker. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
seem
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Makoto pisses me off so much. He's always like, huh? What? Like, ugh. He's so annoying. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it will only inconvenience you that much more. But
hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little bit.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. I guess I can kind of see it, where it kind of looks like she's holding in a laugh. But I don't interpret it as that, but I can see how it can look like that. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened and what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Game theory. Then I'll see you later. Okay, bye, Kyoko. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a complete shock to me. We don't need a flashback to what happened 2 seconds ago. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. They killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all of this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. but we were wrong about that. The mastermind wasn't the headmaster, or rather, the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is one of the students. Yep, we get it. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Jesus, not the flashback to everyone freaking dying. The skull emoji was so popular they made skulls real. Yeah. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. Well, we never saw her face, so we don't even know if Mukuro is the one who was killed, but regardless. So the ones still alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, my main suspicion, Toko, my third option, and Hina, my second option. Oh, right, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Girl, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I think we saw all there was to see in there. So let's run back to the locker room with the giraffe. With the Giratina. Orange politics guy is the headmaster. Yeah. Or the mastermind, rather, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this locker is messed up, so we can't open that. Can we open this? Girl, just go straight to using the card you just got. Yes, the emergency handbook. Yes, give it a try. Jesus. Did it work? All right, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. I'm the mastermind. It could be the Tesla guy. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. What the hell? Just dragging this person to filth? Oh, wait a minute. This is looking very spiritual. And we know somebody who's very spiritual. Hero. This is a crystal ball. Huh, a crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is it? Is it impossible? It's tarot cards, isn't it? Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? Yes. It's just a coincidence, right? Makoto, from the beginning of this motherfucking game, where has there been ever a coincidence of any sort? Just tell me one thing that happened to be a coincidence. Anyways, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Technically, tarot cards, especially the minor arcana, could be used as playing cards. Yeah, name one person who plays playing cards with tarot cards. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Hiro. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro! Oh, look who it is! What? But to be fair, they did take our belongings, so I guess this is probably where they saved them. And then the lockers who are like broken or boarded up, maybe of the students who died. There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. Why not? It's not like he's in his 20s or anything. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, or so you think. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Girl, I have no clue, but I'm assuming there's gonna be other lockers with like other people's things in them. So I don't think it's gonna be only Hiro's stuff. Okay, finally he's skipping ahead the dialogue. Whose locker is this? Don't see anything that might be a clue? Oh! Okay, never mind my theory then? Okay, what about this one? Let's see what we got inside. Oh? This thing is practically empty. What is that? There's just one thing. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose name it is. Or whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Yeah, we're investigating a murder. It looks like a girl's handwriting. Okay. I didn't know handwriting was gendered, Makoto. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Okay, now we know who this belongs to. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. Oh, damn. This can't be true, can it? but I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hadn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be my father. What does this all mean? Maybe she lied to us? Maybe she doesn't remember? So, yeah, could be many things. You've been getting back into SCP. What is SCP? And I can hear the word foundation the same way. I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us. There's a second despair? What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? There's a second despair? Oh, no. Oh, no. I guess they did. Someone said something about like there being a second ultimate despair. Like it wasn't just Mukuro. The more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro? A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Okay, what's in that locker? Ooh. Brief explanation. It's a collection of internet stories about a foundation that collects and researches anomalies. SCP stands for Secure Contained Project, as well as Special Containment Procedure. Oh, alright. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader. The locker opened. Okay, nothing that could be a clue. Got it. What about this one? Is it mine? Is it my stuff? I don't see anything that might be a clue. Uh-oh. We're running out of options here. I took the emergency... Yeah. Anything that might be a clue? Huh. No, I wasn't trying to open that. Oh, we can't even open this one? Oh, I guess that one is broken, huh? I thought... Yeah, I thought it wasn't broken. Huh. So there's only two... Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 lockers that are fine. There's 6 of us alive. But I guess only 2 of the lockers had things that were, like, obviously identifiable. But then again, I feel like Makoto would have recognized his stuff, right? I'm gonna go back to the headmaster's room. I'm gonna see if Kyoko is in there, and I'm gonna see if we can confront her about this. There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about, but I'd better give her some more time. I wonder if she gave us time because she knew where we were going and she maybe couldn't face us when we found out that maybe she did lie to us? I don't know. I don't know. No, don't do this. Don't do it. Don't do it, non-triangle. Okay, there wasn't... Let me just recheck this room again. So there absolutely isn't anything in here. Bed completely torn apart. Garbage. Bathroom is filled with rubble. So nothing of interest in here. Okay. So I guess that's really it for the second floor of the lockers. So we're back on the first floor. We don't need to go to the pantry. We don't need to go to anyone's rooms. We certainly don't need to go to the laundry room or to the bathhouse. So we're gonna move right along. I don't think there's gonna be anything new in these rooms, because I don't think there was anything closed off here. So I think we can safely... First of all, I should save, because I haven't saved alt stream, basically. But then I should go to the map. And we should go to the 5th floor. No, the 4th floor. Yes, the 4th floor was the one that had like things locked. Right. So we could go to here, the Monokuma room. Oh, hey.
Hey, Makoto.
Huh, Makoto. Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors in school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that would really suck. So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Maybe she did mean it. Maybe she was here monitoring everyone, and she's the evil doer of this whole game. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ow, wait! Let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Yeah, it was unlocked. We knew this. John Evildoer is the mastermind. So there was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. So there's like a hatch here? But right now I'm more concerned about the weird device. Oh yeah, sure, the gaming chair and all. Yeah, we should probably look into it. What is this device? I'm assuming this is what controls Monokuma. Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Ifumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit? Then could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just... or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Why the fuck would she do that? Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. So it's the thing that makes Monokuma pop up. How many PCs have overheated with this setup? None, apparently. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. That must be where the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out. Yes, please. I'm scared. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Okay. Helpful as ever, Hina. Helpful as ever. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Yep. Is that Monokuma? But he's quiet. Hey. Gar, give me all your donuts. That's Hina. Is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, busted. How did you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. Control Monokuma. But then it couldn't have been one of us, right? Because Monokuma would pop up when all of us are there, so how would anyone... There's probably like an evil twin or something like that. Okay. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep. It looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this room is totally separate from the data center from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. It's almost as if she knows it all. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... Yeah, oh my god, we've seen this screen a lot of times. Yes, only people who took a step in this school were the 16 students, so I get it. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, because the 16th student is dead. It can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing.
Oh, okay.
What about you? Is everything okay?
Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something?
I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true.
So, like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out.
Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going?
Yeah? No, I want to see that hatch.
What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. What the hell do you mean there's a hatch in here? I want to see where it leads. Girl. Okay, she's acting very suspicious. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door! It just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. Rattle, rattle. You're right. It's locked. But why?
Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted.
Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correct, Amando.
That has to be Hiro.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. There was a hatch that you didn't let me check.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch?
No way. The hatch on the floor? Yeah, why the fuck did you not check that, Makoto?
Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace.
He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, the hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Oh! Right. So they were hiding in there because they couldn't open the hatch from the outside. So they had to be in there with us somehow. How mad am I? I'm more confused than mad, I guess. So it's not your fault. Oh, okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here.
Nice. You got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later.
Okay, she's being useful for once. Hina took off at full sprint, and I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. We can rule out one person as the mastermind. One thing that is kind of in my brain is the possibility that multiple people are the mastermind. because there was something about like one of the files, one of the truth bullets that we got recently that has kind of remained in the back of my head is this. The phrase "the ultimate despair" doesn't refer to a single individual, but a like-minded group of people. That group brought the single worst event in human history. They were motivated only by despair, making them some of the most despicable people to ever live. So a part of me thinks that maybe there are just like, maybe it's multiple people. Maybe Hina and Hiro are working together, or maybe it's Hiro and Toko, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like somehow that one clue is starting to make me think like that's why there's always someone to operate Monokuma, because in the beginning, when all of us were there, it could have been the 16th student controlling Monokuma. But then as the numbers started dwindling, I guess other people may have snuck in there or something. I'm not sure. But I'm not counting that out as a possibility. The music room was open the whole time, so we don't need to go back and check that. We can check the headmaster's room, though. So I haven't completely discarded the option that Hina could be part of it. It could be that everyone's in on it. I don't know. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Huh, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Can I check anything, or do I have to talk to him? Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean? Take a look at this. Class 78 student roster. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us. And Mukuro.
So in other words,
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt, Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. What if Mukuro is still alive? Here's a wild theory, are you ready? What if Mukuro is still alive and the person that got killed was the headmaster and it was made to seem like it was Mukuro? Because we never saw the face. And they were wearing fake nails. So there's, you know, that's an option. Something to think about. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems like Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
so in other words,
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why don't you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? This would be a wild time for us to get the plot twist that Makoto can't read. It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair? Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. But that body that we found, apparently it had multiple scars and old wounds, so maybe it wasn't Mukuro. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? Despite only having a short appearance, she's one of your favorite characters? Really? Interesting. Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what she was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our Class 78? That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say that the body doesn't correspond to the description? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Yes, Makoto. That didn't cross your mind? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I'm trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Well, to be fair, Makoto doesn't have any brain cells working, so someone does have to take the lead. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Here's the thing. I trust Kyoko, but I don't trust her 100%. So, you know, he raises a valid concern. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. It's the chaos that does that. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. But he was wrong before, wasn't he? I do remember one of the trials he was wrong. Even in the headmaster's room there's a monitor. The class 78 student registry. Apparently that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning. And Mukuro. Just like us. Mukuro was apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak. Mukuro Ikusaba, part of the Ultimate Despair, which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. Flashback to trial number 4. Hey alligators, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. But then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Maybe allies? An ally is not your friend. Even in the headmaster's room there's a surveillance camera. The bookshelf seems really well made and it's filled with files and thick books. Alright, let's leave the area. I don't think there's anything new, anything else that's new here. So let's just go to the garden. We can also check the lab thing, the chemistry room or whatever. This is very intriguing, you guys. I am like all in on this. The body is not here. Where is the body? Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Then how are we supposed to investigate if the body's not here anymore? This area gets soaked by the sprinklers every day, right? And it doesn't break the camera? Maybe the camera is broken. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. Let me check just to be sure. Didn't find anything close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The TORP. A TARP played a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. I know, this is like... I'm thoroughly intrigued and excited for the trial. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then this originally came from the Biolab? I mean, the coat probably came from the Biolab too, right? Tarp has been added to the Truth Boulets. Anything else? Flower pots, nothing out of the ordinary. The lawn mower, nothing related to the case. The pickaxe says Crazy Diamonds. Mondo's coat. Strange connection. Maybe Mondo was part of the Ultimate Despair. Who can be sure? Not me. Gardening tools. Nothing that stands out. No, the tarp with Biolab on it came from the pool. It's that fertilizer. Not related to the case. You don't know that. It could be related to the case. What do you mean? That's all I need to check here, but where could her body have gone? I better start looking for it. Okay, let's check in the chicken coop. 4 chickens left. I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. Okay. So we're done here. Let's check the bio lab. Oh. Why does it say Raw on the door? Why doesn't it say SmackDown? Oh, is that the morgue? Is that where all the bodies of everyone else are? Well, here I am in the bio lab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Oh, I don't know, because there's dead bodies in here. I'm surprised the surveillance camera can work with how cold it is in here. There are icicles hanging from the monitor. I wonder if it like works. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these lately. Certainly have. So cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Oh, I don't know. The bodies in here. There's some kind of weird machine or something built onto the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. And on the other side, not glowing lights. There's some kind of weird machine. I've seen something like this before. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. Ew. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the remover of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. Gross. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. The instruction manual for the fridge? Yeah. There's some kind of... Yeah, we know. Yeah. Only some of the lights are on, the ones on the left. The right-hand lights are off. Looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Right. About those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which would mean inside each slot, lit up in blue, another one of the victims is... Yeah. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Can I not look in? Not that I want to see the bodies, but you know. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. But allegedly 10 people died. Because there were 16 of us, right? So there's only 9 lit up slots. Interesting. 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 Not Mondo's butter. So, what else? I guess I could check out the kendo, this area here. I forget what it's called. Oh, Toko. So this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? Am I so disgusting? You want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured that since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master Will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down upon. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. So you're just gonna accept that there's no clues here? Just because she said so? Cherry tree. Pretty. Anything about this? Oh, Sakura. Left too soon. Gone too soon. Okay, so there's nothing here. Okay.
This is a school announcement.
Is it trial time?
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely?
This one isn't like pre-recorded, which is interesting.
Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
Headmaster?
For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
ASA possible. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh, where have you been this whole time, mister? Oh, hey, Hiro. Huh? Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I kind of forgot about him too, I'm not gonna lie. I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. He has been hiding something this whole time? Dum dum dum. What the hell is in here? Oh, it's just me? Oh, I still remember when all of us were here.
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hints? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. So he didn't talk to Monokuma.
The envelope. This must be it.
Woohoo, and just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
What?
Don't worry, just get on with it.
Okay. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It's like all of them. And that girl. We're like the only ones not in there. What the hell? It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. There's even the ones that are still alive. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file, Mukuro Ikusawa, then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, they just used one of Celeste's sprites. Well, I guess she wasn't the only one. Same with Hiro, same with Junko. Interesting. Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. I've been looking this whole time trying to see if Makoto is on there, but Makoto isn't on there. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. This picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we would, since we don't remember that anyways. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. Yeah, that's not true. Not everyone is wearing uniforms. Leon is not wearing... Well, I guess everyone's wearing a shirt. That's part of the uniforms, but Junko isn't wearing a matching uniform. She's wearing a different jacket. Celeste is definitely not wearing the same clothes, and Hiro is certainly not wearing the same clothes either. So, there's that. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... how long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know. So I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That would be totally out of left field. Blah, blah, blah. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. The group photo was added to our truth bullets. What the hell? So in the end, all I found in the gym was confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. But I wonder if
I wonder if Kyoko is the only one who has amnesia. Maybe all of us do. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? I don't think the photos have been fake this whole time. But I don't... Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like an alternative reality. I'm thinking like the tragedy that happened a year ago, we were here, and maybe we like trauma forgot about it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. It is a big hint. Makoto just doesn't realize it. And I would be shocked if he did realize it. Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Okay, y'all, I have a question for y'all. How much more gameplay time do we have left? Okay, no, don't answer that. Do we have over an hour of gameplay left? Because if so, I think I might save the last bits for... Oh, okay, so okay. So... Got it. So it's not happening today then. Okay. So do you think next stream will be the final stream, or do you think I'll have more than that? Because I usually stream for about like 3 hours. So do you think that might be enough to finish it next time? Okay, you don't know. Okay, got it. Okay then. I'm gonna wrap the stream up then, because it's already been a little over 3 hours. I want to have dinner and I want to relax for the remainder of the day. However, Danganronpa will be back next week, so don't even worry about that, y'all. If you've been enjoying this, okay, got it. It's a long lore dump. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so maybe it will take us maybe a couple more streams to get through. We'll see, we'll see. All right. I will be heading out now. Next week, though, you can expect more juicy streams. I'm going to be starting a new game. I'm going to be starting Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. We're going to be continuing playing PS2 demo discs released in Europe. And we're on the last lap, the last chapter of Danganronpa. So a lot of juicy stuff happening next week. I hope that you're excited for at least Danganronpa. If you want to check out any of the other things, then I invite you to come by. But if you only are interested in Danganronpa, I totally get that, and it will be back next week. So I'll see you then. Have a wonderful start to your week, the first full week of March. And I hope that this month is off to an amazing start for you all. So bye, y'all. Stay juicy. Ooh.